Alright guys, so we're back here with Julio. Now we already covered round 9. If you haven't watched that video, the link to that video is gonna be in the description below. But now we are here for the top cut. No, Julio, you finished day 1. Round 2, you go ahead and you lost one match, but you win the other 2 to end up with a 10-1-1 record, and you are in top 64. Now,
and now we will comment the game that was the coup for the World Championship Series. That was my top 8. That was very polemic because it has a big accident between the game.
Yep, it has something very interesting happen between the games. So let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. At this point in the tournament, you are in top 8. And this is something I was trying to tell people when we were watching this video, when we were watching this match live. And this is something that's hard to quantify. That is that you have been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a whole day. You are in the second day of play. You have been playing top cups the whole day, no? And you are in the deciding match to go ahead and go to the World Championship. Like, how you're feeling at this point? Like,
very excited, but my hand was pretty bad, going second. So at that spot, I was just here thinking how could I ever deal with my opponent boards, because we will see here a full sneak eye board and try to break it. Here my opponents, of course, ask me something about if I have disruption. I check my hand, only have one evenly, you can continue. I still see the cards in case I see that my opponent is playing something different that we are currently playing the sneak eyes. Here he goes for the field spell, and he will make the standard board with Fiendsmith Fusion with Negate, Apollousa,
all that sort of stuff, yeah. Now, something interesting here is that, gosh, you two, like, I had no idea how you remain calm and collected to be able to play with this pressure, you know, because if I have this in my mind, you know, if I'm in your situation, my hands will be shaking, you know, like, a lot of experience there.
Yeah, a good point about the deck is that you are not playing hand traps, and in general, the Sneak Eye variant, the new one, doesn't accomplish that they will be stopped. So all the extenders that he draws in his hand doesn't help to make a better board, and he just try to use the extenders, and he's ending in a weak position that could be the standard normal combo.
Yeah.
Here he's trying at this point to make the Fiendsmith Light with the Requiem. And here, yes, I was thinking about the current. Here I check the hand. Of course, you can continue.
Yeah. Now one thing that is interesting, and this is another point that we thought I don't know if we mentioned this when we're talking about the deck list, but since you're playing board breakers, your opponent automatically is playing around hand traps. So they literally, you get the advantage just by not playing, you know, not playing anything. All right.
Exactly. And actually, the people just understand that the is the best position to deal, except the Tenpai players. So Mauro, in special, my opponent, that is also a Spanish player, he was afraid of any moment of the other hand traps. Here he just take back the engraver search the track goes for the phablet.
Yeah, I think this is very routinary here.
Yeah.
We can fast forward a little bit that here, because we know we are gonna go full combo here with everything, and the Fiendsmith combos actually take quite a bit of time here. So I think we can go all the way to here. That is where we have the finish board.
He did a misplay because I didn't use any disruption, and he kept the princess in board, so he's locked into the fire attribute. He can summon the IP, but in any moment he can negate the princess.
The princess with the
fusion.
Disarray. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. So at this point, just I was thinking in any moment what I could make.
This is a lot.
In my mind I was thinking about use the effect of Lara to bite the Apollousa summon. I was explaining here what does the card. That's a good point for me because I see that he doesn't know what to do the deck. Here he decreased the attack of the Appaloosa. At this point I summoned the Elder. I stopped it here a moment in case he wants to imper, as always, but it didn't happen. I summoned the Apelio.
One thing I want to mention here that is just something for people to remember is that Appaloosa, if you have inheritance, Appaloosa lose one interruption. So you guys are playing and you have Appaloosa, remember she has to lose 800, but she cannot negate. So just something for you guys to keep in mind there really quick. Alright, so we have Apelio, we have the Elder. So we have a starter at least. Now it's not the best starter, but we get us going and we still have a normal summon left, no?
Yeah. Here he was thinking in any moment about negate the princess, summon, make a speed.
Yeah.
And I was trying to make pressure doing the battle phase because I could crush the Appaloosa. I could make a Apelio effect in damage, but I was afraid of a possible negate. And here he takes damage, and I use the Apelio effect to banish my Lara from graveyard. Here maybe it was better in damage to prevent cards like Ash Blossom, but I don't was thinking in that moment. Here we can use the power of Winda going second.
Yes,
crash one Winda can special summon any monster from your deck or extra deck, so you can instantly special summon cards like Ulti Laboratory. That with the boost of Apelio is a 3-1, so I can crash one of my opponent cards. Here he just make here a mislead because he doesn't know the card.
I don't know.
He read the card that was in Spanish, but he understands Spanish, and I was asking if something was wrong. Just I attack the monster, and here he did a big misplay, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, because sometimes people make misplays and make you question yourself.
Yeah. So here I crash the window for Moonlight, and I summon directly one monster from my style. Here I was telling him that I take the damage because he did the Moonlight me. And I summon, of course, the Ulti Laboratory.
Yeah. Now it's interesting. I think Ulti Ray here is definitely the correct choice. But it's interesting because you one thing that I have seen people do, and one thing that I saw now we mentioned Ulti Ray, number one, you bring Ulti Ray and you put it, I don't know if this is sorry, I forgot what I was going to mention. What I was going to mention is that one thing for people to consider is that when Winda is destroyed, if it was your opponent's turn, the Ulti Ray will come with effect, so you are able to banish something. So just something to keep in mind, you know. Obviously, in this case, one crash in it. So.
Yeah, and now it's a 3-1 attack because the Apelio boost, so I can pass over Flamberge or the monster. So I prefer out the Finsmith negates because he's already locked into fire, and I want to my opponent prevent. He here asked me about the effects that do my monster. I was explaining here some quickly. He activate effect, negate his princess, and I crush his monster.
Yeah.
When that fusion is sent to the graveyard, he can out one of my monster in field. I was brave that he targets my level 4, but it wasn't the case. I have the Nokia Draco to banish my monsters and still making play, so it's fine for me. Yeah,
because here we banish, we bring the Nochi out, and you you are already a special window, so you are looking for another way to keep playing. So
here my opponents. Here was the explosion.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Okay, I was waiting for this moment. Okay, so tell us. You know, obviously in the stream we just hear a big boom. We just hear something, and suddenly everybody stopped.
Yeah, I see a fire. I see sharks in the top, and Konami tell us that we should evacuate the event, keep the table in the same states that was there. They make photos of the table because we were currently the streaming, And here was a bad point for me because it isn't the same remind all the ritual beast sequence that the sneak ace one. So in that hour, Mauro had the time to learn the ritual beast deck better. So it was unfortunately for me, and also for me it was worse because I lost the mental to remind the lines of the ritual beast. But it is something that we can see, and Konami I think that did the best one to still win the event.
Yeah, now let me ask you, when I was wondering about it, when they say evacuate, did they evacuate everyone from the venue?
Everyone.
Oh, wow.
All the event were out, waiting a lot of time. Later, Konami to the top 8 that the game will continue. The first minutes, only the top 8 was in the event playing, and the people still evacuate.
Oh, really? Oh,
and also Konami give a present to the top 8 for the inconvenient. We got some Konami stuff.
Oh, nice. So, well, extra prizes, no?
Extra prizes, yeah. Extra prizes, yeah.
All right, and I think at least for this video, I think this is as far as it goes. I think the rest is just. Oh, let me see. I don't know if they resume on this one.
Now you need to go to the second part.
Yeah, now it's the second part, because they replayed the first one. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. And we are here with the second part. So this is how long after do you think?
Yeah.
Like this was like half an hour. It was like
more an hour.
40 minutes.
1 hour and a half.
Really? Wow. Jeez. And yeah, I don't know. Like, and I was thinking about this in the stream because in the position you were at, I had no idea how you end up winning this match. I'll be honest with you, because
I thought the same. I thought the same.
Mentally, this is so difficult to do. You know, like you're literally coming back from a break in the most important match of your career. Let's be honest, until now.
Yeah. I had Protoss in my hand. I keep it in on the moment. I use the access code to clear everything. I get an extra turn blocking my opponent for fires. Also here I use the effect of access code to get banish my league monster to summon back with the knock you. And at that point, I think that I was in a good position. Here, my opponent is still playing with the Fiancement Engine, and I think that here I make the worst misplay of my day. That was Protoss for Light, because my mind I was thinking,
remember this.
I Protoss Light, and I can play safely around Nibiru, and that was the worst one.
Yeah, that was I remember when that happened. Yeah. All right, so just I thought reviewing here after the break. So we have the princess, we have the silhouette rabbit, 2 level 1s, and assuming he's playing in his turn. Oh no, sorry, and assuming you are breaking the board with access code. So at one point the Lambert resolve, and we have those 2 level 1s because of that. We have Protoss here, access code, Nochi, Elder, and we have summoned everything in here. I don't know if there is something in the grave that hasn't been summoned, and you're currently activating access code effect, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that gameplay was all with all the stop. So I was thinking in that stop what I could make, or at least trying to remind the monster that I already summoned and the gameplay. Here I banish the Silver Rabbit because it can be destroyed by battle. So
that's true. It's an illusion. Yeah.
It's an illusion monster, so it's better for me out that body in case he can go for access code and clear my boards. And here I call the Protoss for fire.
Yeah, and that basically
also
clear the board,
to clear the board and also stop him 1 turn. Here I just Protoss fire. He was thinking if he has any response to Protoss fire, but it haven't.
One thing that's interesting here, and I was thinking this in the stream, is that you log fire, and he did use the Fiendsmith card. But the thing that Fiendsmith card have is that they go back into the extra deck. So that's what I was worried about when I was watching the match. I was thinking, gosh, he's good for everything except set the Finsmith package, you know. So I was just crossing my fingers. I was just hoping that Hideon has a way to access them, no?
And also the card that reminds him in hand is one of the breakers that I opened, but he has the Finsmith card to negate it, so I didn't use it.
That's true. Yeah, so at this point, I don't know if he make a mistake in this turn.
No.
But I just see this very difficult to play around.
I think that he did a misplay because he the monster effect in graveyard, and I can use the SP to banish.
Yeah.
He will make later, and in this spot the best one was just battle phase crash my SP and then try to out the Protoss.
That's true. Yeah, he could have done that. Bring back the engraver and out the Protoss with the engraver. Yeah. Yep.
He summoned the engraver. He tries now use the Requiem.
Yeah, but now
I use SP instantly
like...
because I know that he could ever kill my monsters. Here it was a misplay from part of my opponent, and also it's understandable because we are with a lot of pressure. We have that accident, and it's kind of difficult play. Knowing that maybe this is the game that cost you the past two goals.
Yeah.
Here I was thinking my opponent about what he could make. He has Troll and Lockbeard, Ash Blossom, a lot of cards in his hand.
Yeah, but not much to...
He passed me the turn, tag out to summon back the Kimon tag out to summon back two monsters.
Perfect. Yep. And the
and of course, combine. Okay.
Now you
here I draw per turn.
And you are in a really good position here. You are really good position.
And I did a really good misplay. That is the point. Here I was thinking to take the link 4. That was the Apo line to play safely.
Yeah.
That I think is the correct one. I was checking. Also at this point, Konami judge tell me that you need to summon yes or yes the link 4 or the monster. So here they said me that I couldn't make the unicorn, so make the Appaloosa. Yeah, I said it's fine. Also here I was locking my opponent to light. That was the real misplay. He was thinking about that.
Yeah, that was,
and here
and try to summon the Noshi.
I forgot that the Nochi was light. So I started to play using the effects of my cards. He said okay. He dropped the Ash and everything. I tried to negate. He used the Veiler. So in this moment, I think that the best choice that I do as a judge got me a game loss because I did so many illegal plays.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we go so far. It was really nice that. And I'm assuming, you know, maybe in a normal situation they will do that, but with how the situation was for you guys, I mean. I'm glad that they were more understanding because it's difficult, you know, like it's very difficult at this point.
Also, the judge says that they were more flex in this spot because they understood all that happened, and that's all.
Yeah. So here, I know they catch the error at one point.
Yeah, but I think that we didn't put back in the correct spot. Because he drops the hand traps. Here I was checking the cards.
Oh yeah, here is where they realize what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here I hit myself because I'm an idiot. You didn't put back the place. Here I put the Kanahau, the Winda, and I don't know, the monster to graveyard. But my opponent hasn't get back his hand traps because he already has made my Appaloosa. I don't know what the judge said that this was the correct game state, telling that I couldn't make the card. So here I was ragging into myself here because I don't believe that this misplay could cost me the game.
Yeah, I was afraid of that, you know. I was thinking that. Gosh. Because here you don't. The issue here is that you don't kill.
Yeah. And it was too easily for me kill under that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, because you have the Ray Rotary, you Banish, you can go ahead and go Nochi, Ray is add.
Look my face. I was too mad in that spot. I was too mad.
Yeah, I noticed. I thought I wanted to ask you because I don't know. I don't know how to notice all this is, but you noticed that you also were saying some stuff to yourself.
Yes, I see a lot of people that says that I was sarking or talking back to my opponent, but in that moment, just I was talking with myself about the misplay that I did. Yeah, at this moment, I wasn't looking the cards on my opponent, just continue playing that. I don't want to play more this game, and I was thinking in the game too.
Yeah. And I believe, here no searching here, and I believe this is very standard for Hero, no?
It is a lethal. It is a lethal at this point.
Yeah.
I could try to clear all, but I don't have recovery. He also bailered me one card.
Yeah.
And that's the game one in general.
Yeah. So I think it's good here to go. Let's go into game 2 because I feel this one is very from here on. I think is now game 2. What will bring it in? What's the plan?
Okay. First, check the time that passed with only one game. We ended the game with like 30 minutes. So I was in the spot where Spooky Dogbo makes an incredible card for this gameplay. We have like only
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I start. So I put the cowboy and other cards. And here I have a very different hand that I think that I played in a form that if the people seen in streaming, the people could think, oh, he plays so bad and did a misplay, but it has a reason why I played in this form. In this case, I started with, I don't remind the cards in my hand that were extender. I think that was extender. What is Lara?
So we start Lara Kanaha. So we still have a normal summon.
So I still my normal summon. That the normal summon, in my principal idea was keep for all the turn. So here I banish another Lara, and I was biting in all moment the Nibiru of my opponent.
Yeah.
Because I already had the Spooky Dogwood on my hand. And I see in this specific moment that I don't need to make the Protoss for win the game 2. Because the combos on my deck take so long, he will try to make his combos, and I have the third game here. I pray for a defensive line. I search directly the Stitch because I had already a monster in my hand that I thought that was the Wen or Rampengu. It was a monster that could help me in that spot. Okay, here I was checking 2 times. Yeah.
No, I was saying that that's really, really interesting, you know, because you are literally adapting the combo to the situation, you know.
For the time, the 200 that I already had in my hand, and the game set. Yeah.
It really shows, I don't know, it shows a lot of mastery of the deck, you know, because it's so easy to get to autopilot, you know, and think, oh yeah, Lara Kanaha, I need to search Elder, I need to search Rampengu, I need to go ahead and do the full combo that way. But no, you are not searching Steeds because of the hands that you have, you know. And I found that fascinating. Really good, like, awareness of the situation, yeah.
Also, in case my opponent nips me, I still having a normal summon, knock you, I can still use in knock you. I have to pop 2. Here I was baiting in all the moment the nif of my opponent and pray that he drops here to still make him plays, but he haven't the nif. So I use ever the effect of knock you to bite the nif, but he didn't use. I use at this spot the Rampengu to send, but I think that I didn't do the Rampengu because I have already the tamer, so I didn't do the effect. Yes, I did, but to send maybe the second Lara or Winda. I don't know.
It has to be Lara or Winda here, no?
Yeah.
I would think so. Lara was a rare special, so Winda, yeah. That's a good choice there.
And here I still trying to push the knee of my
To
opponent.
bait, yeah.
He wanted. So here I said I searched for another extra search that is the recovery part for the next turn. That is inheritance that I can keep. Maybe I should activate that inheritance because I could swap the battle position of any monster. But I was so comfortable with the spooky dog. Here I was telling my opponent to pass the turn. He asked about the cards in my hand and if I used my current normal summon. And I think that he passes turn. Here he cosmic my cards. So I was thinking about, and here all my friends was telling it's impossible that Julio wins this. It's impossible.
Yeah,
because they know with the deck list and they know that I am not playing hand traps.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, I'll be honest. I was thinking when you made this combo, I was thinking, oh my god, he's too nervous, he misplay, and there is no way he's winning this. And look at this situation, like this is your board with 8 minutes in the clock, being down a game. You know, how you end up winning this, you know? So yeah.
With the head of the cards. With the head of the cards, all is possible.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
so here,
he opened the Ash, by the way, on top of that. So
yeah,
Ash.
He summon Ash, take Poplar, and in the Poplar slot is when I drop that Spooky Dog. Also, the people in general when test in a tournament didn't use the clock to test, and I think that is very important because in especially with my deck I was calculating that at least 8 minutes I was to make the combo in a real tournament, and sometimes the people it isn't prepared about that against the Spooky. Here I started to health. My opponent just didn't play around the Spooky and tries to make the full combo thinking that is the correct choice.
Yeah.
But if he wants to full combo, he will was like 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's too much time.
I have all the recovery in graveyard. So here he was for original. I was with the pen in all moment to calculate the life. Here he uses the field spell. With the field spell, the level 1s have more stats, so I win ever more life with my monsters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's the life point there in the field. Yeah. Something interesting here that I notice people don't notice often when they're playing against Ritual Beast. We can pause it here.
Maybe it's that because I didn't use the inheritance because decreased the attack and I had.
Oh.
Maybe it was that.
Maybe that's why, yeah. Yeah, because you do have the same change to defense with the Kanaha here. What I was gonna say is that something that is deceiving about the Ritual Beast deck is that it looks like an empty board, but you have protection for one attack, and you have a diffusion too, you know. And that you don't have a Pelio that also can give you another one, you know. So
it's difficult to OTK under that board.
It really is, yeah. So here, a lot is not happening, and you end up getting a lot of life points. So let me see. I wonder if there is much here we can comment, because I know he go for the coffin.
Hey, yeah, so for the combo I start healing a lot of life.
Yeah, you literally end up, and I'm gonna move forward a tiny bit until you decide to defuse here.
Also, I think that this is spot that Mauro thinks that he could clear my board, but it isn't the case because the Ritual cards floats a lot and I have the Lara.
Yeah, and I'm assuming here he go ahead and he tried to use an effect and it forced the diffusion, no? Yeah, he tried to use the Engraver, force the diffusion. And he totally, I noticed he totally forgot the Lara in the graveyard.
Yeah, and also he forgot that I have... Here I keep the Ash Blossom for the Flamberge part, because actually you can't stop the standard combo of Fiendsmith. So you need to watch the hand traps in the card that makes more impact. And in this spot was the Flamberge Dragon. So here he is still making the plays, summon back the fusion. I am actually in 11k.
12k now.
The 12k now. It's crazy. My top 4 I play under the spooky dog of my opponent with 12 minutes, and I put him in third cave, and I need like 3 battle phase to win that game.
Oh my god.
Because he only the dog, but what happened that I Protoss for dark 4 turns, so he just didn't summon nothing and was just the battle phase.
Yeah, and assuming a Juvel player, no?
He forgot that I can ever summon the monster.
Yeah.
And here he was mentalized that he couldn't kill me in this spot.
Yeah, and that's the issue, no? Like, if you cannot kill someone, just imagine this, like, 3 minutes left, and you're at 16,000.
I summoned Apelio because can boost attack and defense of my Returns monster, and here my render.
Yeah.
Okay, with 3 minutes, I put, of course, the spookies because are necessary, so I didn't use the Dark Ruler no more because I can make damage to my opponent. Yeah. I side the 3 spookies, Lightning, Duster, and the 2 Mulcharmy that I think that are the best ones.
Yeah. Perfect. So we take out the Dark Rulers, and assuming you take out Evenly too.
No, Evenly is fine because I can clear the board and make a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, well, we have cowboy in the cowboy. You're right. Alright, so game 3. So at this point, this match has been going on with the break. It's been like 2 hours since you start playing or something like crazy like that. So imagine yourself having playing after 2 days of play, waiting for 2 hours in the match that can get you to worse.
Yeah, I was imagining the first chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh! When Yugi plays against Kaiba and needs the last piece of Exodia. I was thinking in that moment, and when Yugi puts the hands in the deck, trusting in the hearts of the Khan and his friends, looking card per card, I see the shifter and I take instantly the card and I shifter,
the Mulcharmy
and Morelia.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh my god. Cannot believe it. I was, oh my god, I was so convinced that you were gonna lose this. I'll be honest with you. I was here losing my mind because I was thinking, oh my god, he missed playing that first game, and in the second game I was thinking you also misplayed because of the field, and I was thinking this is gonna be a loss that is gonna haunt him for the rest of his life. That this is gonna be terrible. He's gonna remember this day when he could have gone to the World Championship, and he didn't. I was here jumping off my chair, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I know, in especially the games, because of course I know that I have the spooky and the extender to use with the current normal summon, but the watchers, no, because they say, they pass with 2 monsters.
Yeah, and the casters also mentioned that. Yeah.
Here, I think that it happened because I activate the inheritance effect showing the Rampengu, and Mauro asked me about the Rampengu, but not about the spell, and he was reading about what does the card. Then I told to him if I could continue, and I take the Elder, and he wanted to ask later. I think that in special, here I forgot that I saw, so I take back to my hand, because here I saw, and the judge said that he could ask in that slot. In my opinion, that wasn't the correct way because I activate the fate, show the card, my opponent read, and I get him time to activate as Blossom. But it was the pressure, and they said that is fine, so we continue.
Yeah, and I noticed one thing in here is that you show the Rampengu, and then when you come back, you obviously by mistake you try to put it on the field.
Yeah.
So
here I take the Elder, and I discard the second Mulcharmy that I draw. Now he reads the Inheritance, that is the card that he didn't ask me, because he asked me about what does the Rampengu, and I discard. And now he was telling what happened, and I was explaining the Inheritance. I summon Elder, he used the Judge Call to resolve this miscommunication, and the judge said that he could ask Blossom the Inheritance. In special, I don't agree, but I need to accept the game so I continue the game with the normal summon or rampage.
Yeah, at that moment you have to go normal Rapengo here, and I'm gonna fast forward here while they discuss and solve that out. Yeah, but I noticed that, because you literally reveal and activate the effect,
Yeah, and he already reads my rampage one take back, so I didn't understand here. We continue. I banish Ultigaya to send the Lara. Thanks to Shifter, Rampengu now is a one-card combo pretty strong.
Yeah.
And here I was afraid of one card that was Nif.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
So I should make here just 4 summons to prevent the Nif. And also, I think that I did a little mistake in this spot, just because the pressure and because I see with one attack, I was winning the match.
Yeah.
But I didn't thought that my opponent can have maybe a Bestial, that I could play around the Bestial.
Yeah.
But this isn't the case.
Yeah, no, something interesting here, and I was thinking you might try to do this, is that I was thinking you might, actually, never mind, the Lara was a special summon, but I was thinking you might try to defuse, but yeah, I was thinking something will put you into 5 summons. Oh yeah, because you had your Lara there, yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
So that was worrying me, because I was thinking he's gonna, there's no way that he go to 5 summons.
But sometimes in real life you need to make the more practice summon that unit and not like the full combo. Here I attack with Nokia Draco, that it was a mistake. The correct play here was attack first with Kanahau, in case that he has a Ash Blossom set, lose the life, tag out, use inheritance, put the monster in attack.
Yeah, with inheritance.
Because in case he has a Bestial, is instantly lose against me because I couldn't pass over the Bestial. But I think in special that he didn't use the Bestials in that spot. But the best correct choice was that. And in this moment, 2 weeks ago, I was with my family watching the soccer final in Europe.
Yeah.
That was Spain against England. Yeah. I think that was England. Mm-hmm. And I take the Spanish flag because I told to my mom, I will go to Berlin in 2 weeks and I will try to repeat the history and make it that one Spanish wins the event or goes to the Worlds. So when the game ends, I take quickly from my bag the Spanish flag to show to all the people that they didn't show with that part, but the people just was crazy in that moment. And in the interview, I was crying at that point because I just didn't believe.
I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine the emotion. Gosh, especially after all the tension, like going ahead and playing that match with interruption, with everything going on. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. Now, important question. And assuming you're taking the flag now to Seattle, no?
For sure, man. For sure.
Oh my God.
Also, I know that in the United States, a lot of people that live there is talking Spanish, so I think that I can.
That's true, yeah.
Making some content creator videos, I want to talk with the Spanish speakers that classify to the words and talk with them. Maybe any video.
That's true, yeah. With the Spanish flag, the lucky flag now. Go bring it to every tournament. Alright, so with this match, we are out of top 8 and we're on top 4. Now, at this moment, I was thinking in my mind, he already make it, You are already going to the World Championship. It's pretty much like you already go to the objective, you know what I mean? Like you already achieve the objective. Now, how do you feel at this moment? Because you are done, you're going to the World Championship. It's like the tension goes down, or are you still like the adrenaline is there?
I still focus. I have adrenaline that moment but the problem is that actually I still don't believe that I go to the Worlds. So for me, the event didn't stop. I just said, okay, I got in the top 4. I need 2 rounds more to win the event, and I still with the focus. But of course, we celebrated with all the people. It was an insane moment. Now that I am in home, I trust more in the works, and I am focused. I am focused on the event.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I can't believe it. Just to think about after I watched this match, I couldn't believe it because we literally the Wednesday before the tournament we talk. And we were talking about the tournament, and I was just thinking, oh yeah, I really hope he or Swiski get to top. It will be really cool. I was thinking all this stuff in my mind, like I know Julio is a really good player. I hope he got to top 64 and that. And I never expected you making it to the World Championship. But here we are.
Me too, and especially with this deck in this tier 0 format that is full Fiensmith. If we would have a ban list, I think that was more safe go to the Worlds, because I am the only one European player that didn't play a tier 1 deck to go to the Worlds.
That's true.
It's the Ritualist.
Yeah, and what a choice, no? So, but we haven't finished the tournament yet. We have one more match to cover. That is the final, no? It's gonna be the next video. Now, as I mentioned before in the last, there are 2 videos that we record. Go ahead and check out Julio's channel. He has a channel in English, he has a channel in Spanish. He's gonna go ahead and start making content in English, and you guys are gonna be able to get to know way more about. He's making very competitive content, so he's really good making content in Spanish. I tell you that because I watch his content in Spanish. So keep an eye out for that. Just speak Spanish. Also check out his content in Spanish. Now, Julio, apart from the new channel, if somebody's gonna ask you a question, I know I ask this every video that we record. Somebody's gonna try to reach out to you, ask you a question. How can they do that?
Just in general, you can Facebook or Instagram as Julio Valls Yu-Gi-Oh! That is my principal nick, or in my community Discord. Also, I do live stream every day in Spanish. So in the live streams, you can also contact with me more easily.
Perfect. And just so you guys know, that was top 8. So he's going to go to the World Championship, and I'm going to try my best. Hopefully they feature you in a match there. I'm going to try to go ahead and watch that. I think it will be really cool to break that one down too when it comes to that. If it happens, hopefully in the final, we'll see.
It's better lose these finals than the top 8. That is the important game in general.
Exactly. There we go. Alright, so next time we're gonna cover the finals, and again, like I mentioned in the previous videos, appreciate you guys like the videos. I know this content is a little different. We normally we don't do interviews in this channel, but this is the first interview. So if you like this content, it's gonna make me feel motivated to look for more content like this. So if you like the video, if you guys want more content like this one, go ahead and subscribe, and we're gonna see you guys in the next and last video where we're gonna cover the actual final. So see you guys in the next one.
See you.